class 9th. Today we are going to start with new chapter 7, Local Self-Government Urban. Topic, Municipal Corporation. Today we will discuss the following points. So the objectives of today's topic are Municipal Corporation, General Council, the Mayor, the Municipal Commissioner, the Standing Committees. Now we will discuss the following key terms. Number 1, adult franchise. It means all adult citizens of the country should have the right to vote without any discrimination of class, caste, religion, etc. Number 2, constituency. A group of voters in a specified area who elect a representative to a legislative body. Number 3, alderman. A member of a city council. He usually represents city districts called wards and work with the mayor to run the city government. Number 4, nomination. It is a part of the process of selecting a candidate for either to a public office or the bestowing of an honor or award. Number 5, town area committee. It is a semi-municipal authority constituted for a small towns and it exists in several states, out of which Uttar Pradesh has the largest number. Number 6, cantonment boards. It is a civic administration body in India under control of the Ministry of Defence. Number 7, Port Trust Board. It is the statutory authority responsible for managing shipping and trade through a commercial seaport. Local self-government urban. An urban area is regarded as an area which is a town or a city. A town is generally regarded as a smaller urban area. Large towns are called cities. The local self-government institutions in all these areas function independently of one another. In order to make the urban local bodies more effective, the Constitution 74th Amendment Act 1992, also known as the Nagar Palika and Municipalities Act, was passed. The Constitution 74th Amendment Act 1992 relating to municipalities was passed by the Parliament in 1992. The Act seeks to provide a common framework for the structure of urban local bodies to enable them to function as effective democratic units of local self-government. Urban self-governing bodies: Municipal Corporation, Municipal Committee, Cantonment Board, Port Trust, Improvement Board. Then Town Area Committee, Notified Area Committee. Now come to the reading part. Chapter number 7, Local Self-Government Urban, page number 75. Like the rural local self-governments, there is a galaxy, means large group of urban local self-governments depending upon the size and the nature of the urban areas which they have to serve. The chief among them are the following: municipal corporations, municipal committees, town area committees, notified area committees, cantonment boards, and the port trust. Let us learn something about each of them. There are also urban local self-governments like the rural local self-government. It also depends upon the size and nature of urban areas which they have to serve. There is also 3-tier local bodies for urban areas as under: municipal corporations for larger urban areas, municipal councils for smaller urban areas, Nagar Panchayats for areas in transition from a rural area to urban area. In addition, there are town area committees, cantonment boards, and port trust in certain urban areas. Composition or structure of a municipal corporation. All big cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, Bengaluru, Lucknow, Patna, etc. have corporations. Municipal corporations usually have the following constituents: General Council of the corporation, the mayor, the municipal commissioner, and standing committees. Municipal corporation is a local self-government unit in big cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Lucknow, Patna, etc. The municipal corporation comprises the following: the general council, the mayor, a municipal commissioner, the standing committees. Number 1. The general council. The general council is formed by the members known as councillors who are elected by all the voters of the city. These members are elected by the people on the basis of adult franchise by secret ballot. The city is divided into many wards or constituencies. Voters of each constituency elect one representative for the corporation. The number of seats for the corporation is determined by the state government. Some constituencies are reserved for candidates of the scheduled caste, the scheduled tribes, and of women. Some eminent means famous persons of the city are also elected as aldermen by the councillors. The General Council. The General Council is formed of elected members known as municipal councillors. These members are elected directly on the basis of universal adult franchise through secret ballot. The term for election, the city divided into a number of wards, that is smaller areas. Each ward elects one member. Some seats in every municipal corporation are reserved for the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribe candidates. 1/3 of the total seats are reserved for women. There are a number of members called aldermen who are usually elected by the councillors from among the highly experienced and gifted public workers of the city. Any candidate who wants to stand for the councillor seat must possess the following qualification. He should possess means have the prescribed age, which varies between 21 to 25 years. His name should appear in the voters list of that city. He should not be holding any office of profit under the government or the local body. If he is holding any, he must resign his post before filing his nomination papers for the councillor seat. The main qualifications required for the candidate who wants to become a councillor. The candidate who wishes to contest the election must be 21 years of age or above. He should be included in the voters list of that city. He should not be holding any office of profit under the government or the local body. According to 74th Amendment Act of 1992, the term of the municipal corporation has been uniformly fixed at 5 years. The term of municipal corporation is 5 years. Number 2, the mayor. The total members of the municipal corporations, both councillors and aldermen, elect from among themselves the mayor and the deputy mayor, normally for a period of 1 year only. However, they can be elected again and again for the full term of the corporation. In some states, the mayor is directly elected for a tenure of 5 years. The mayor. The councillors together with aldermen elect among themselves. The mayor and the deputy mayor, they are generally elected for a period of 1 year but can be re-elected annually for the full term of the corporation. In some states, the mayor is directly elected for a term of 5 years. The mayor holds a very dignified, means respectable position. He is considered to be the first citizen of the city. He represents the city at various ceremonies. He welcomes the foreign dignitaries, means a person with high rank, and hosts parties in their honor. He presides over the meetings of the corporation and decides its agenda. It is he who maintains decorum, means respectability and discipline in the meetings. He is the main link between the corporation and the state or union government. In a way, he is the formal head of the corporation. The mayor holds a very honorable position. He is considered as the first citizen. He represents the city at various ceremonies and receives foreign guests coming to visit the city. This is considered his most important duty. He presides over the meetings of the corporation and fixes the agenda for consideration at the meetings of the corporation. He acts as a link between the corporation and state government, so we can say that he is a formal head of the corporation. Number 3. The Municipal Commissioner. The Municipal Commissioner is the chief executive head of the corporation. While the mayor is elected by the members of the municipal corporation, the Municipal Commissioner is appointed by the state government. But if the city is a union territory like that of Delhi, then he is appointed by the central government. It is his main duty to run and supervise the administration of the corporation. The General Council acts like a tiny legislature, makes the policy and rules, and it is the duty of the commissioner to implement all such decisions and policies. The commissioner is the executive head of the corporation, and all the servants in the corporation work under him. The municipal corporation also has some permanent officials. These officials are appointed by the state government. The corporation has a chief executive officer. He or she is also called the municipal commissioner. But if the city is a union territory like Delhi, then he is appointed by the central government. The commissioner is the executive head of the corporation and all the servants in the corporation. He supervises the work of the various departments of the corporation and makes appointments to run the administrative works of the corporation quite smoothly. He prepares the budget, estimates the places them before the General Council. The commissioner also takes part in the meetings of the corporation and keeps a record of its deliberations, means long discussion. He provides every information sought by the different members of the corporation. His post carries great responsibility, but this responsibility increases all the more when the corporation is either dissolved or suspended. He carries on and controls the administration of the corporation. He implements the projects and programs as laid down by the General Council. He maintains and safeguards all the municipal properties, records, etc. He also prepares financial budgets and performs other related functions. He also takes part in the meetings of the council, but he cannot move any resolution or vote in the meetings. He also keeps records of the minutes and proceedings of the meetings. His responsibility increases all the more when the corporation is either dissolved or suspended. Standing committees. The General Council generally performs its different functions through various standing committees. Such committees are elected or constituted by the General Council itself. The committees deal with the different subjects of the corporation such as taxation, finance, budget, health, education, transport, electricity, welfare schemes for the poor, water supply and sewage, etc. The members of the General Council are represented on standing committees through elections. There are different standing committees to deal with subjects like finance, health, engineering, taxation and welfare schemes for the poor, water supply and sewage, etc. Here is a composition of a municipal corporation. General Council formed by councillors, Municipal Commissioner, Chief Executive Officer appointed by the state government. Under General Council, Mayor, the first citizen of the city. Then under General Council, standing committees. Standing committees are finance, taxation, water supply and sewage, health, welfare schemes, education, transport, electricity. Students, in this video we have discussed till here. Now you will have to read this chapter till here, learn the basic terms and kindly follow the SNAP homework. Thank you.